Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today we got a brand new Andor official trailer. This one just says official trailer, so I don't know if the other ones counted as teasers or what, but I don't know. This one says official trailer, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this, and this is like, I'm gonna go ahead and say the third actual trailer slash teaser slash whatever that we've gotten from Andor. Andor is starting like really soon, like within like 8 days or something. I don't know. Yeah, getting really excited for this show. I can't imagine there's going to be a whole lot of new footage in this one, but we'll go ahead and check it out. Here we go.
Spies.
Some clone troopers still.
Saboteurs. Assassins. We've all done terrible things on behalf of the rebellion.
Ooh, yeah, so they're going to be exploring some
Andor.
darker stuff
No
yesterday.
matter what you tell me or tell yourself, you'll ultimately die fighting these bastards. Wouldn't you rather give it all at once to something real?
I like the way he talks. Stellan's good, right? I like the way he
We're
talks.
fighting against the dark.
Who's that?
There is an organized rebel effort. Drill down and get a hunt started.
You realize what you set in motion? People will suffer.
Time has come.
Man, this
to
show
force
just
our
looks
hand.
amazing.
At what cost?
Everything.
Everything.
Every day we wait, they get stronger.
Let's take them by surprise.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it.
Yeah, they're still using clone troopers.
People are standing up.
They're afraid. Right now, they're afraid.
Star Wars Andor, 3-episode premiere, streaming September 21st.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, not a whole lot of new footage. We see some of the darker stuff that he's gonna end up having to do, right? Like he's gonna take out his own informants because he can't have them talking, etc., etc. Meeting in shady warehouses. So, we got a couple new shots of similar scenes that, we've seen in the other trailers. I am ready for this show to start. And I'm confident that he sends him on a mission to see if he can actually accomplish it, and he does, and then he's gonna say hey Andor, you should we're starting a new thing here, a rebellion. All right, now this is okay, the one on the right. This is not the same ISB agent that we see later. That's not her, right? Those are two different people. I'm sorry, they're both blonde women. I'm trying to. Okay, is the person on the right the same person as this? I honestly cannot tell. It's hard to tell if that's the same person. I don't know. It might be. Anyways, so yeah, I know that she's gonna be the main obstacle person, hunting them down, which makes sense, right? Because in order for this sort of in order for the series to feel like it has some kind of conclusion, which I think that might be its own real obstacle, is that so we know how the show's gonna end, basically, right? It's gonna lead right into Rogue One, and then we know how Rogue One ends, and so on and so forth, right? But for a show to feel like it has some kind of conclusion for season 1 and season 2, even though it's spanning years, you have to have some kind of bad guy that gets defeated, and it has to feel meaningful, even though we know that Rogue One is going to happen, and we know that he's facing Krennic and all these other everyone else that's in that movie, so it makes sense to make a new villain that you can actually defeat and would explain why they're not there later, right? Because just for pacing, I guess, for 3-act storytelling, you gotta have some kind of conclusion feeling. You can't just be it can't be left feeling like it didn't have much of a climax to it, at the end. You gotta defeat something. Anyways, so here we have, now look, they got the, what was it, Generation 2, Generation 3 helmets, right? They look like clone troopers to me, but is the is the body armor different? I almost want to say the body armor is a little different. Look, I am not like an expert when it comes to like the different trooper designs. I don't remember all their names, but this one, I'll admit, it's a little strange because, all right, if these are clone troopers or just some kind of really, really early TK troopers, like we've seen the Bad Batch. We know that the TK troopers had already started like within that first year, right? Like they established that in the first season of the Bad Batch. So if this place, whatever this place is still having their troopers wearing this armor, that's interesting. I'd ask, I'd wonder why, if they're gonna be like, maybe, I don't know, maybe they're gonna be like, yeah, this is like the last of the active clone troopers that are just being used, like there's no more of them. Because remember, this is only 6 years before Rogue One. Like they're doing like the first 3 episodes are 6 years, the next 3 episodes are 5 years or something like that. Or no, that's season 2. Season 1 of Andor is all going to be 6 years. Season 2 is going to do like the time skipping, like 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, but yeah, this first season's all 6 years, so that feels pretty late to have this armor out. You know what I mean? Like, because the Bad Batch shows everything developing pretty quickly. And to be fair, the Bad Batch, maybe that's closer to Coruscant, right? Like that's closer to these, closer to the core, closer to these Imperial facilities. So maybe the people out here in the outskirts of the galaxy, the Outer Rim, right? Maybe they're still using the clones. I don't know. It is it's an interesting thing to think about. I hope that at least like one little line kind of addresses it, being like, oh yeah, they're still using the older units way out here, or something like that. It is interesting because a lot of time has passed for them to still be using that armor. Good to see Saw Gerrera back. I've grown to really appreciate Saw Gerrera. Just the amount of media that he's shown up in. He's good. What would you call it? Connective tissue between all of these different stories. Yeah. So still excited for Andor. Not a whole lot of new footage. Very curious about the troopers there. And I imagine most of the footage that we've seen is going to happen in those first 3 episodes, if not, first 4 or 5 episodes. So I feel like there's still a whole lot of the show that we haven't seen and we don't know what's going on, because we're seeing like the same footage of he's in a prison somewhere and he's being recruited by Stellan Skarsgård or whatever, like we're seeing like the same kind of things over and over again, just different shots of it. So very interesting, very cool. And yeah, there's still more trailers to react to, a lot of Marvel stuff, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, bye.